UFC Edmonton Moreno versus Albazi takes place this weekend, and this card is absolutely stacked. We got your quick picks coming up, and if you guys listened last week, your boy went 12-1, okay? So there's some quality fucking content coming up. Stay right here. All right, guys, what is going on? Dino Bam Bam here with the 10-7 MMA, and we're here to do some quick picks for you. Like I said in the little intro thing, your boy went 12-1 last week, so that's the kind of quality content, quality picks you could look out for here at the 10-7 MMA. For our fans, you may have noticed DS is not here. Usually I point this way, DS pops up in a little box right here. He's not here. I told DS to go fuck himself. He's out. He's done with the 10-7 MMA. No, I'm just playing with you guys. DS is still a part of the team, of course. He's just a little busy right now, so he's going to send in his picks. And if you're watching at the right time, they'll be posted in the comments below. So, once he sends them, they'll be there. If you're a DS fan, look out for his shit in the bottom. While we're speaking about the bottom, go ahead and do us a favor. Do like this thing at the bottom says, and like and subscribe. It would mean a lot to us. All you got to do is scroll down, click the little fucking thing with your mouse, or if you're watching on your phone, you just press it. You press subscribe. It's free. I promise it doesn't cost anything. And it really, really helps us out. Fuck, it is hot in here. But anyways, guys, also follow us on Instagram at the10-7MMA. The IG is absolutely bussing right now. We're getting hundreds of thousands of views, all that kind of shit. So check us out there. But anyways, this card is long. This is the Quick Picks edition. Let's get straight into the first fight. And that is going to be Jack Shore versus Youssef Zalal. Guys, Jack Shore, as we know, he's a grappler. He's going to try to get this fight to the ground. He's going to try to use his submission skills. He excels at getting his opponents down to the ground and really applying really good pressure. He's relentless when it comes to that. Youssef Zalal, on the other hand, he's a striker, right? We know he wants to keep it on the feet. He wants to keep it at distance, kind of slow the pace down with his striking. But Youssef Zalal has looked damn good in his second UFC stint. A big part of me here wants to take the underdog in Jack Shore. I just don't love the fact that this fight's at 145. I don't love the fact that, for Jack Shore anyways, that Youssef Zalal has been on absolute fucking fire since he came back. Guys, I'm taking Youssef Zalal. I just think he picks and pokes at Jack Shore and just gets a decision win. He's going to get a decision win. I'm fairly confident in that. I don't love the odds at minus 230. I don't know if I'm going to be betting it. But I'm not the betting guy. DS is the betting guy, so he will let you know about that. Second fight of the night, guys. Jamey-Lyn Horth. She is taking on Ivana Petrovic. And I don't even have my notes here, but I am going with Jamey-Lyn Horth. Guys, we don't know much about Ivana Petrovic, right? When it comes to Jamey-Lyn Horth, we have an idea. She lost to Veronica Hardy. Now, Veronica Hardy is a damn good fighter. I've been tooting her horn for a long time, but I feel like as a casual audience, like nobody really knows about Veronica Hardy. And then they got to know, right? She's Dan Hardy's wife, blah, blah, blah. But she's shown that she's pretty damn good. And she fought her to a split decision. So take that for what it's worth. Then Ivana Petrovic, yes, she's 1-1. She lost to Luana Carolina. That doesn't look great. And then she beat Liang Na, who's the girl that always fucking fades in the first round. She has like 3 minutes of cardio, just like Michelle Pereira. Guys, it's women's MMA. It's low-level women's MMA. I'm going with Jamey-Lyn Horth. I feel like minus 200 is decent, so I'm going to stick with that. I like it. Then we got Chad Anheliger, and he is taking on Cody Gibson. Guys, Chad Anheliger, a gritty fighter. He's known for his durability. He's got some pretty well-rounded skills, but his biggest strength lies in the ability to push his relentless pace, right? That's what he's always trying to do. He's trying to out-cardio you. He's trying to weaponize the pace, as some of these people like to say. He likes to wear his opponents down, and then he gets better as the fight goes on. He's taking on Cody Gibson, who's going to be a shit ton bigger than him, I imagine. Let me just look at the tail of the tape on this. Let's see here. Cody Gibson, Chad Anheliger. Yeah, Cody Gibson's about 4 inches taller, about 7 inches of reach, and that's a lot of fucking inches, okay? You ask me, 7's like an abundant amount. It's like more than enough, that kind of thing, right? But anyways, Cody Gibson, like I said, he's experienced as well, man. He's a veteran, good striking, good cardio. He's really sharp on the feet, and I like that about him. He has the ability to mix things up. He has the ability to fight to his opponent's style, whatever that is. Like, he's really that well-rounded vet. To me, the size difference is going to make all the difference here. I expect Cody Gibson to win this fight by decision. Wherever it goes, I feel like he'll probably be better, and I know he'll be stronger than Chad Anheliger. Now, Sergey City versus Garrett Armfield. By the way, Sergey City versus Ramon Tavares 2, the second fight that they had, which was the first one in the UFC. The first one was on the Contender Series. That fight's badass, man. I just rewatched that a couple times, actually. I rewatched it yesterday. I rewatched it this morning. Badass fight. Scorecards all over the place for that one. It was split, and Sergey City ended up losing that fight. Ramon Tavares won a split decision, but I actually had it 30-27 Sergey City. That's not to say that I love the guy and I love his fight style. I'll tell you what he's good at. He's aggressive. He's well-rounded. On the feet, he mixes it up, okay? He's not just a boxer. He has kickboxing. He has Muay Thai. Like, he is really, like, he has a little bit of everything on the feet compared to Ramon Tavares in that fight, who was, like, strictly boxing. The thing I don't like about Sergey City's striking, holy shit, that chin is just out there, man. He is so goddamn hittable. He looks like he has some pop to his shots. He looks like he's tough. He's able to take an ass whooping. But, man, once you keep moving up in the UFC, I don't think that shit's going to work out very great for him. But, you know, we'll see what he does here. I imagine he's going to try to pressure Garrett Armfield, who's going to be more of a wrestler. He is a striker himself, but he's got more wrestling than Sergey City does. And I imagine the opposite for Garrett Armfield. I imagine he's going to be trying to push the pace because that's usually what he does and get himself the takedowns. Anyway, so basically to me, it's kind of striker versus grappler. I just think Garrett Armfield eventually is going to get this fight to the ground, and I think it's going to be a close, scrappy fight, but the wrestling is going to make the difference. So I'm going decision again. Garrett Armfield. Guys, I need some fucking water. I am talking way too fast. Hold on. Fuck, that was refreshing. While I'm going to take more, but while I have this water break, do like the thing at the bottom says. Like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, all that shit. Take time to do that. I'll wait. Yeah. Anyways, we've got Alexander Romanov. He is taking on Rodrigo Nascimento. Guys, Alexander Romanov, a big-ass fucking dude. And obviously, these guys are heavyweights. They're both big, but he's big as fuck for heavyweight. He's going to rely on his wrestling. That's what he does. He is going to try to take you down and quickly find a submission. That's really all Romanov has, man. On the feet, nothing special. So I imagine the game plan is going to be immediate takedown or bust for Alexander Romanov. Rodrigo Nascimento, on the other hand, he's skilled on the feet, but he has a little bit of his own grappling, right? He's definitely going to be more the striker in this one. But we've seen a couple things from him. We've seen the cardio be better than Alexander Romanov. And I think naturally you can just see that the striking is a level above Alexander Romanov's. But I still see a size difference for Romanov. I know the cardio is fucking tricky. I don't know what the air is like in Edmonton. I don't know if it's like Utah or Denver. I don't imagine it is. So I am hesitantly, guys, taking Alexander Romanov in this one. I think he's going to use the grappling. That's a theme in this card, if you've noticed so far. I think he's going to use the grappling. I think he takes Nascimento down, and I think he finds a sub, and he has to probably find it within that first 5 minutes. If we get like 6-7 minutes into this, it's probably a live bet, smash the shit out of Nascimento kind of situation. But I trust Romanov to get it done. Again, hesitantly, I don't know that I'm betting it, but since I'm a degenerate, I'll probably sprinkle on Romanov by sub. Give me Alexander Romanov, sub, round uno. Next. Sorry about that harsh cut, guys. My notes were all fucked up, but we got them situated here. We got them pulled up the right way. Anyways, next fight of the night is going to be Air Charles Jourdain versus Victor Henry. And if you're new to the channel, we have something here called Our Boys, okay? That's where me and Dino both share our love for a particular fighter. Charles Jourdain, an absolute our boy, okay? I'll tell you something else. Victor Henry, definitely a my boy. I don't know how DS feels about him. I don't remember. But I like Victor Henry too, man. I like both of these fighters a lot, but let's start with Charles Jourdain. Exciting striker, guys. Super damn high output, super creative, super flashy. There's nothing to not like about the striking of Charles Jourdain. He's always putting on fun fights. And if you guys follow him on social media, by the way, fucking hilarious. Absolutely worth a follow. An absolute fan favorite. And again, with this card being in Canada, him being Canadian, I imagine he's going to get one of the bigger ovations from the crowd throughout the night. He's taking on Victor Henry, who is a well-rounded fighter. super good striker, man. Super good grappler. That's why I like Victor Henry, right? Like when he first came in, I was like, fuck is this guy? I'd seen him on, he was in another league. I'm trying to see what that was. I think he was in the LFA or CFFC or something. He was in Ryzen. Okay, so he was in Ryzen. I guess that's where I'd seen him. I remember his look, and I was like, like, this guy's decent, I think. And then, holy shit, man, he was better than I thought he was. But anyways, good grappling, good striker, high volume, high cardio, high pace, quick footwork. Again, another guy there's nothing to hate about. So, look, to me, this is a coin flip. Vegas has it as a coin flip as well. I've been pretty damn good with picking Charles Jourdain fights, guys. I think this matchup is going to be competitive. I think it's going to be close, but I feel like Victor Henry is going to control the pace. He's the one that's more likely to mix things up. And by mix things up, I mean taking it to the ground if we need to, using his grappling. I expect Henry to win a fucking banger of a fight by decision. Yeah, I'm going there. I bet DS goes with Charles Jourdain. Next fight of the night. Ariane Lipski, the queen of violence. She is taking on hometown Jasmine Jasudavicius. Guys, I was talking about our boys. There's something called y'all's boys, okay? Jasmine Jasudavicius falls in that category, I believe. We both don't fuck with her, but not for nothing. I mean, she is a badass fighter. Jasmine Jasudavicius, super well-rounded. Obviously, great wrestling, great grappling, super damn strong. And she's not bad on the feet at all. To be honest with you, Jasmine Jasudavicius looks every bit a true future contender in women's MMA. She looks like she's here to stay. She's super damn dangerous throughout the 3 rounds of the fight. And then we have Ariane Lipski, a super talented striker. She's got good power for the division, man. You don't see a girl with that kind of frame really, pack that much of a punch, but she does, and she's super damn aggressive. Great Muay Thai style to her. She causes significant damage to the body when she throws there. I like the Queen of Violence a lot, man. I think Jasudavicius, obviously, the game plan is going to be to implement the wrestling, but when it comes to Ariane Lipski, it's going to be staying off the ground. It's going to be using big power shots and hurting Jasudavicius, particularly to the body. I think Jasmine Jasudavicius right now, fighting at home, that grappling advantage, I think this is definitely her fight to lose, and I'm trying to look what people on Tapology are saying. It's 71% for Jasudavicius. I expect Jasmine Jasudavicius to get this fight down to the ground repeatedly, maybe find herself a sub. I'm going sub round 3, but more than likely a decision in this one. Moving on from a Canadian to another Canadian, we've got Aiemann Zahabi, of course, the brother of Fares Zahabi. He is taking on Pedro Munhoz. And guys, holy shit, my notes are all screwed up because I have my email. For some reason, when I was texting the notes to myself, they went from my iCloud to my text message. But let me see if I can find this here. Where are we at? Aiemann Zahabi. Where's this fucking guy at? There it is. All right, Aiemann Zahabi, guys, known for his grappling and his well-rounded skill set, okay? This is the kind of notes I write. I'm reading them verbatim right now. Trained under his brother, Fares Zahabi, at the renowned TriStar Gym. But seriously, he's a well-rounded fighter, guys, and I know I've used that a ton. But, he's a grappler with some really damn good striking. He's under his brother's tutelage, right? Who did his brother coach? GSP. That's the fight style that they're all basically going for out there. Aiemann Zahabi, not nearly the fighter that GSP was, for what the fuck that's worth. But he's going to look to use his grappling against the guy as dangerous as Pedro Munhoz. Now, Pedro Munhoz, he is getting up there in age. But let's not forget, guys, a couple fights ago, he was beating the dog shit out of the Sugar Show, Sean O'Malley, before the unfortunate eye poke situation caused it to be a no contest or whatever the hell that was called to be. Look, he is durable, he is strong, but he is getting up there in age, okay? I'm still going to trust Pedro Munhoz here, but this does kind of feel like a trap because if it goes the distance, I can see the Canadian judges kind of giving it Aiemann Zahabi's way. Pedro Munhoz, 1 foot out the door type situation. And when it comes to these fighters, when they're getting older, you never really know because they look good until they don't. Like Edson Barbosa, right? One day, it just looks like you're fucking not the same. I don't know, and I don't hope that that's the case for Pedro Munhoz, so I will stick with Pedro Munhoz, again, going by decision. This card sounds boring as shit. I'm picking a lot of decisions. We're going to change it up with this next fight. We've got Mike Malott, and he is taking on Trevin Giles. And holy shit, guys, Mike Malott, last time out, looked fucking awesome. Looked phenomenal. for a couple of rounds. And then the next thing you know, what happens? He gets finished. He gets basically fraud checked by fucking Neil Magny. It was amazing to see. I feel like everyone was rooting on his downfall, but you know, it is what it is. The kid is pretty damn good. He has looked like he's going, let me phrase it this way. He looked like he was going to be Canada's next best hope, right? He looked like he was going to be the next Canadian title contender and all that. And maybe he still is, man. No shame in losing to Neil Magny, but Mike Malott seems to have it all. He seems to have some power. He obviously has some grappling abilities, super strong finishing ability, which is a big thing. The ability to finish a fight is fucking massive, and he has that. And he also looks like he has some phenomenal IQ. I just wonder where that cardio is. That's the question mark that's going to creep in for everybody, right? He's taking on Trevin, Giles, athletic striker. He looks athletic, man. He looks powerful and explosive as shit. He comes from boxing, and you could tell his hands are super damn crisp. Capable of grappling, right? Not to the level of Mike Malott, but he is an okay grappler. He's faced really high-level competition, so I don't think he's going to see anything in Mike Malott that he hasn't seen before, but I still expect Mike Malott to win this fight, right? The UFC booked this fight for Mike Malott to get that rebound win in Canada via finish to kind of start pushing him again. Remember, Mike Malott was in a fucking press conference. That's where he was at. And now I believe he's on the prelims. We might be on the main card, but either way, I think it'll be competitive at first. Trevin Giles is no joke, but Malott is going to take this down, look for a sub, and I think ultimately he gets a RNC. So I'm going Mike Malott, round 2, rear naked choke. All right. Again, we're back from another awkward cut. Every time that happens, just assume my notes were fucked up because that's what it was. They're all out of order. iCloud ain't working for me. But anyways, we've got the power bar, Marc-André Barriault, and he has taken on Dustin Stoltzfus with a German-ass name, but he is American. Guys, Marc-André Barriault is going to be the striker in this striker versus grappler matchup, okay? He is coming off of 2 losses, something to keep in mind. He's probably going to be damn desperate for a win. Strong boxing background from this guy, man. Utilizes effective pressure, overwhelms his opponents at time when he's doing it. When he's doing his thing, he's overwhelming his opponents and kind of pushing the pace on them. He does a great job with just taking damage, absorbing it, surviving, and then pushing the pace on fighters. So he's a guy that he's never finished until he's finished, which is what my girl likes to say about me. He's taking on Dustin Stoltzfus. He's going to be the grappler in this one. Solid wrestling base, guys. He's known for his ability to take the fight to the ground, control it on the ground, be a little boring at times. But again, he's not the highest level fighter in the world. And again, that's what the UFC wants here. They're pushing the Canadians for the Canadian crowd. They want Marc-André Barriault to not be taken down and whoop this guy's ass on the feet. And I think that's what's going to happen. We saw Dustin Stoltzfus when the fight's on the feet, he doesn't look that great. I'm thinking Bruno Ferreira. I'm thinking of the Abus Magomedov debut, right? That's what this is. They want Marc-André Barriault to maybe stuff a takedown and then put pressure on this guy and knock him the fuck out. And I think that's what he's going to do. I'm going Marc-André Barriault. I'll say round 2 early round 2 TKO. I think he survives, kind of starts off a little slow. Now, I'm not going to say survives. That's a terrible word. He's not going to be in any threat here, but just maybe stuffs a takedown or 2, kind of finds his distance, then going into round 2, really turns it up and just puts the fucking beating on Dustin Stoltzfus. So give me Marc-André Barriault, round 2 TKO. Awkward cut. You guys know what that means by this point. Notes were fucked up. But anyways, next fight of the night, we've got Caio Machado. He is taking on Brendson Ribeiro in probably the weirdest fight on this card. Let me break this down for you. We got Caio Machado. Vegas has him at minus 165, okay? That's a pretty sizable favorite against the guy in Brendson Ribeiro coming back with plus 135. Both of these dudes are 0-2 in the UFC. Both guys have lost to not great level competition in the UFC. And I guess the only positive is that Caio Machado hasn't been finished. But look, Vegas is saying minus 165, but the people in the know at Tapology, it's 80% going Brendson Ribeiro right now, 80-20. Guys, I just think Brendson Ribeiro, while Caio Machado again, to use this term, is the more well-rounded fighter. I mean, he has finishes by knockout, finishes by submission, wins by decision, and his only losses have come by decision in the UFC. So he's a guy that's even shown cardio and the ability to go 3. I just don't think he's nearly as dangerous as Brendson Ribeiro. Brendson Ribeiro is just a little more explosive. It's a massive fucking coin flip fight here. I'm just going to go Brendson Ribeiro. I feel like he gets a finish or he loses a decision in this one. I'm not parting ways with my money, but give me Brendson Ribeiro, let's say by knockout round 2. I don't know, literally just a coin flip. It's the weirdest fucking fight of the night for me. Moving on to some more big boys. We got the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis. He is taking on Jhonata Diniz. All right, guys, do we even need to talk about Derrick Lewis? The Black Beast, guys. Derrick Lewis, the UFC's all-time knockout leader. He's getting up there in age. How old is Derrick Lewis? Let's take a look. He is 39 and 8 months, so he's about to be 40 in a couple of months here. But hey, it looked like the end of Derrick Lewis a couple fights ago, and it looked like, holy shit, this is about to be brutal. We're just about to start feeding Derrick Lewis to all these fucking prospects. Then he goes on and beats Marcus Rogerio de Lima, that crazy-ass flying knee. Then he fights Jailton Almeida, and it's like, okay, they still want to feed Derrick Lewis to the wolves. And then he puts on a decent performance against Jailton Almeida. That was the fight where Jailton Almeida, yes, he laid on Derrick Lewis for all 5 rounds, basically. But it looked like Derrick Lewis, first of all, kudos to Derrick Lewis for having the cardio to grapple basically for fucking 5 rounds. I know a lot of it was spent with him just fucking lying there like this. But when he felt like getting up, he got up and he was throwing bombs deep into the 5th. And then he comes back in a main event spot versus Rodrigo Nascimento and puts his ass out in a fight that he was kind of losing on the feet. Derrick Lewis, an absolute fucking beast. He is taking on Jhonata Diniz, 8-0 in MMA. Guys, this dude is 2-0 in the UFC. He has fought Austin Lane and Carl Williams. Knocked out Austin Lane, which it was like, okay, it's Austin Lane. But shit, Austin Lane actually looked good. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago? Austin Lane looked decent against Rebels de Spain. And then, of course, he beat Carl Williams. Guys, he comes from a Muay Thai background, so he's going to be the more technical of the two for sure when it comes to the striking with Derrick Lewis. I imagine he has a better ground game than Derrick Lewis, but really, I don't expect this fight to go to the ground at all. I think this is going to be stand and bang for as long as it goes. And it pains me to say it. I just think Jhonata Diniz is going to be the quicker fighter. He's definitely the more technical fighter. And as long as he avoids the one big-ass bomb, I see him winning this fight. And I see him probably getting a finish. Because Derrick Lewis, when it comes to these powerful strikers, and I'm not talking about the Derrick Lewis fold, right? Not Derrick Lewis, and I was going to say versus Francis Ngannou. That fight was fucking awful. But it's not the Derrick Lewis from, 5, 6, 7 years ago where he always had a chance. He was willing to stand and bang and, trade and kind of just back up a little bit and find his time again and try to survive for a round and then throw like the Volkov fight. Great example. Getting his ass beat, finding the shot at the end. It's not the same Derrick Lewis. It seems like when he's fighting strikers nowadays, he just gives up as soon as shit doesn't go his way. Like the Tuivasa knockout, man. To me, that always felt fake. It looked like Derrick Lewis just, wanted to just get the hell out of there. And maybe I'm an asshole. Who am I to say that? But I just feel like, in those situations, he just kind of gives up. So I'm going to go Jhonata Diniz. I will say round 1 TKO. I hope I'm wrong. Plus 140 on Derrick Lewis. I'm sure the knockout is paying more. So hopefully Derrick Lewis gets it done. But I am going Diniz by TKO round 1. All right, and moving on to the co-main event of the evening, and it is Thug Rose Namajunas, the former champion, taking on Erin Blanchfield. Guys, this fight, absolutely massive stakes in the flyweight division. I know that Manon Fior looks like she's next, but I totally imagine the winner of this fight positions himself in a damn good spot to get a fight against Valentina Shevchenko, or maybe the winner of Valentina versus Manon Fior. Anyways, Thug Rose, obviously a former strawweight champion. She has moved up and she has looked okay. There's been some mixed reviews on Thug Rose. A lot of people don't think, they think she's lost a step, basically. They say it's not the same Rose that we used to see at flyweight. But I don't know. She's looked pretty damn good. Yes, she lost that fight to Manon Fior. And in kind of typical Rose Namajunas fashion, she made some excuses. I believe this one was like she broke her hand early as hell in that fight. Whatever. Manon Fior is an absolute beast. It was Rose's, first fight up. And then she went on to face Amanda Hebos, beat the shit out of her for 5 rounds, and then just beat the dog shit out of Tracy Cortez, knocked her fucking eyelash off. I think Rose has looked fine at 125. I think when she's facing some of the bigger girls in the division, she might have some problems. But Thug Rose is an absolute beast, man. She's sharp. She's built to go the distance. Really good cardio. She keeps active, man, through all 5 rounds, and she has so much 5-round experience. By the way, this is a 5-round co-main event. Co-main event spot. She's taking on Erin Blanchfield. Erin Blanchfield is definitely going to be the grappler in the striker versus grappler setup that we got here. She does not want to stand on the feet with Thug Rose for 5 rounds. I don't think she has the ability to stand on the feet with Thug Rose for 5 rounds. I think if she does, it's not going to work out well for her. She might even get finished. So Blanchfield really, excuse me, oh man, needs to get this fight to the goddamn ground. So typical striker versus typical grappler. I'm dying here. I'm dying. But I'm doing this for you guys. So fucking like, subscribe, all that shit. Holy shit. But anyways, typical striker versus typical grappler in a sense, right? Do I think Blanchfield is going to be able to take Rose down and keep her there and find a submission? No, I really don't, man. Especially the submission part. If Blanchfield wins this fight, I don't see it being by submission or by finish at all. Because if she takes Rose down and she's heavy enough to stay on top of Rose, Rose has some really good jiu-jitsu, guys. We forget. I feel like we're just downplaying who Rose Namajunas is. I think she's going to be able to stay on the feet. And if she gets taken down, she's going to stay safe enough. I'm going Thug Rose by fucking levels. Give me the plus money in the underdog in the co-main event spot. I just feel like on the feet, she's just a different level than Erin Blanchfield. So Thug Rose by a point fest. And hopefully we get Thug Rose versus Valentina Shevchenko. Kind of a dream matchup for women's MMA. And definitely a dream matchup for like the fans of yesterday, right? That's it, guys. This era, our era, I don't know how old you are watching this, but we're in a new fucking era. We see it with Ilya Topuria. We're seeing it with all these new guys coming up and the old just kind of getting out of here. Izzy lost the belt. Volk lost the belt. Usman lost the belt. Amanda lost it, won it back, let it go. Valentina lost it and just got it back. So I think we get one more hurrah, and hopefully we get Valentina and Rose. That would be a badass fight. And now we move on to the main event of the evening, the reason that, you're all here, and it's Brandon the Assassin Baby Moreno. And he is taking on Amir Albazi. By the way, guys, watch this. Look at that thing at the bottom. Follow us on Instagram at the107MMA. I just posted a picture with the Assassin Baby. Me and Brandon Moreno with the UFC belt. It's a cool picture. But anyways, I digress. Brandon Moreno. What's there to say, guys? Former flyweight champion multiple times. We've seen him fight my boy Davison Figueiredo fucking 4 times. He's fought Pantoja 3 times. He fought Royval twice. And finally, for the first time in 4 years, he fought Kai Kara France twice. For the first time in 4 years, we're seeing Brandon Moreno take on a new challenge in Amir Albazi. Brandon Moreno, obviously, he's Mexican. He's got that Mexican style boxing that's really goddamn good. He's got some power for the flyweight division. It looks like Amir Albazi's taller than him, but Brandon Moreno, just like a really long frame, uses that frame very well. And using the term again, but well-rounded. We see him go to the ground with guys like Pantoja, guys like Figueiredo, who are super dangerous and survive there. So Brandon Moreno took a break after that February loss to Brandon Royval, and he's back, man. Hopefully he got his rest in because he's going to need to be at 100% to fight Amir Albazi, who is also coming off of a super long layoff, a longer layoff than Brandon Moreno. Amir Albazi, obviously a heavy grappler. That's his key to victory. He had the controversial fight with Kai Kara France last time out. And I actually saw Amir Albazi's brother in Vegas, and he was like, who do you think won that fight? I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, brother. I think Double KF won that fight. They were not happy about me saying that, the Albazi family. But anyways, Amir Albazi coming off of heart surgery, neck surgery. A lot of shit was wrong with him. Hopefully he's doing well, and he says he is. He says he's here for this fight, and he's here to make his dreams come true. And Brandon Moreno is standing in the way of Amir Albazi doing what he wants, which is to become a UFC champion. By the way, side note, Brandon Moreno, unfucking believable custom shorts. Top 3 for sure of all these custom shorts that have come out. So what are we doing here? We got Brandon Moreno at -155, Amir Albazi at +130. I think this fight is going to be really damn competitive. I think we're going to see the first 3 rounds of this fight just really be, like we're going to see some flip-flops. We're going to see Amir Albazi rounds. We're going to see Brandon Moreno rounds. And I think we're going to be even heading into the 5th. This is my prediction, okay? That's how I see the fight playing out. We're going to be 2-2 going into the 5th. Amir Albazi is going to be looking for a takedown. Brandon Moreno is not going to accept that shit. He's just not going to accept it. He's going to outstrike him. He's going to outpoint him and outdamage him. I am going with the assassin baby, Brandon Moreno, via unanimous decision. And that's it, guys. That's it. Last week I was 12-1. This week there's 150 fucking cards. Who knows what my record is going to be this week, but we're going to find out. If you guys enjoyed, do us a favor. I've asked you 1,000 times. Follow us on Instagram at the107MMA. But more importantly, press the like button. Press the subscribe button. Let me know who you think is going to win this weekend's main event. Guys, press the fucking subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything, okay? Anyways, I'm Dino Bam. I was going to say I'm DS. I'm not DS. I'm Dino Bam Bam. DS absent for the episode, but he will be back next week. We are the 107 MMA. Thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.